we see, the quelling, the stymieing of information flows by the military in terms of these internet blackouts, access to, Facebook and other social media we've seen as well. Is this expected to dampen some of the protests that we've seen across the country?
Yeah, I mean, that's the military's hope. The crowds were a bit smaller yesterday, but remember, these protests have been going on for more than a week, day by day, across the city, just tens of thousands of people. So there is just a bit of a general fatigue that needs to be considered as well. As far as sentiment against the coup, there's no indication that that's waning at all. In fact, we've seen pictures of more policemen joining, and civil servants joining. So it still remains to be seen whether the government can consolidate control over the bureaucracy and, effectively govern the country going forward.
Well, Danny, it's hard to imagine what the end game is here. One of our recent Bloomberg News stories, a tweet from UN Special Rapporteur Tom Andrews. It's as if the generals had declared war on the people of Myanmar with their late-night raids, mounting arrests, and more. He says, these are signs of desperation. Attention, generals, you will be held accountable. I just don't see where they think this is taking them. What they going to do, lock down every person in the country who's protesting?
Well, I think they want to just wait out the protesters, try and get some semblance of normalcy. They've already said they're going to hold an election at the end of a year, which is, they've already kind of said we're not going to hold on to power forever. And what they're trying to do is essentially implement a model like the one in Thailand next door, where they effectively bar some opposition parties and politicians and then try and carry on, an election that they can ultimately rig and win. And have that somewhat be, accepted by the international community, like it is in Thailand for the most part. So that's the end game. Whether they'll get there remains to be seen. These are still very precarious days.